Good afternoon, this is Jim Lakey with news and announcements for St. John and Maxville, Kansas on Cable Channel 3 and for all of Stafford County on sandylandcenter.org, our website. Today is Wednesday, it's the 19th of November. The temperature at the bank is a much warmer 62. Today will be windy and sunny, and it's 70 degrees. It will be the high temperature. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and windy again, only 46 on Thursday. Then Friday is sunny and 46, and a good weekend. Saturday is partly cloudy with 56. Sunday is partly clouded and 58. Happy birthday today to Lucille Blythe. Happy birthday tomorrow to Doris Steinmates and Matthew Ward. We hope that all of you enjoy your birthdays. Well, now we have a special report with Police Chief Sonny Ralston, and there were several things that went on, and with the fire at the elevator, we have no words accompanying it. The wind was rather strong and you wouldn't have heard them anyway. So right now we go to our special report and interview with Police Chief Sonny Jim Lakey, and I'm here with a special guest, our Police Chief Sonny Ralston. And we've had several things go on last night, and so we're ready to find out the news and see if we can stop all the rumors that are probably going around by having the person who really knows tell us what he can. And so, Sonny, what sort of things have you all been up to overnight?
Well, Jim, about 9:45 last evening, in a cooperative effort with the Kansas Bureau of Investigation and the PD here in St. John, we went and took down a drug deal at 4th and 281 Highway. We was assisted by the Great Bend Police Department and their drug dog. The results of that, we made an arrest of a Hispanic male that lives in St. John, and the results of this arrest allowed us to conduct a search warrant on a house in the northwest part of St. John, which was completed about 6:30 this morning. We also have another Hispanic male that's in custody for conspiracy for this drug deal to take place. They have not been charged yet. They've been arrested. They're in jail. They haven't been charged yet because it's got to be presented to the county attorney for formal charges, which should be done shortly. While we were in the process of completing this drug arrest, an unknown individual broke out the front door glass of Dillon's grocery store. One of our officers spotted the individual and chased him for 2 or 3 blocks, and he lost him in the dark. Unfortunately, we wasn't able for the officer to identify him, but the officers did a good job. They at least kept him from getting in the building and causing a big loss of products out of the building. Last thing this morning, we had a fire call. The fire department did, and one of my officers went down there to assist a dryer on one of the grain elevators. They thought it caught fire, and according to my officer, well, evidently something went wrong with the gears or something, and the belt just sat there, and we think it was just the belt that was burning. And so we had a we had a full night. The officers were up all night working, and they're back on the street today. And hopefully we'll have a quiet day.
Be nice to have a quiet day after all that activity.
Oh, you bet. That's unmistakable. I'm real glad that the officers were out at that time of the night, and we didn't have a big loss at the grocery store, which helps all of us. And this morning they got the glass replaced, and so we're back in business. Anybody that would maybe come across some information or anything that would help us with this individual that broke out the door glass, we would really appreciate. Make an anonymous call. You don't even have to leave your name. Just call us and tell us what you know, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, it's a shame when at the high school or just the young people in town, you have, most of them are extraordinarily good people.
They most certainly are. We got some of the best kids in the country. And there's always a few that they don't have anything better to do. And on their behalf, this individual, according to the officer, looked like he was probably an over school age individual. And of course we can't be sure, but it appeared like he was probably maybe in his 20s or something like that. And when you're trying to follow somebody in the dark like that, it just takes a split second to be out of sight, and then you know you can hunt all night long, and it just ain't gonna. But I kept somebody out the rest of the night to make sure that we didn't have anything else happen.
Well, that's really good. The police here really do a great job of protecting the town and its businesses. I know sometimes a citizen will tell me that they've heard rumors about drugs somewhere, and I always tell them, well, if you've heard rumors about it, I bet the police know and they're watching them, just waiting to get probable cause.
Yeah, and you have to understand that we can't go out and tell everybody what's going on, or we ain't going to accomplish nothing.
No.
So it's not that we're trying to hide anything, or you know, but it's just that you got to keep it quiet. I don't care if you don't. Somebody could get hurt real bad, or you're not going to accomplish what your objective is. And I've got 3 of the best policemen that ever walked. I mean, they have good training, and they know what they're doing, and I think they're doing the citizens of St. John a real credit.
Well, thank you very much, Sonny. We're always glad to have you to come to tell us something on TV. And so all the citizens out there, if you hear anything about who might have done that breaking of the window in Dillon's, give the police an anonymous call, and you can help us out. That's always a good thing for our city, to get these things before they get out of hand.
That's right.
And we thank Sonny, and I know that he's probably tired, having been up probably for 2 days.
I'll be back.
So I hope you get a chance to have a well-deserved rest.
Yeah. Well, we'll be back, and we'll try to keep the public informed.
Wednesday, after the football game at 6:30, will be the last game of the season for Maxville. And Maxville went to the district championship, and this is their last game, but congratulations to them for getting that far along. Then for our Sunday broadcast, as usual, we have at 11 o'clock the First Baptist Church here in St. John, and then at 1 o'clock we have Theo's Travels, and we're not sure yet where Theo is going, but I'm sure you'll want to tune in at 1 o'clock to see. And then at 6 o'clock, the First United Methodist Church in St. John, by delayed broadcast, their morning service. We've changed that from 4 to 6 because it's hard for us to get it processed in time by 4, and so we don't want to have the confusion of having a different time that it's ready. So by 6 o'clock, the First United Methodist Church service should be ready, and we invite you, if you're home, to tune in to Channel 3 and see a local service. Well, some announcements. The Rec Commission is having a seniors Christmas dinner December 3rd at the Witt Community Center. There's entertainment, prizes, a meal catered by Wheatland Cafe. And you need to call 549-6549 for a reservation. And again, that's at the Rec Commission. Then on Friday the 5th, they're having another event, which is a shopping trip to Great Bend. They leave at 1 o'clock, go Christmas shopping at the Craft Mall, at Walmart, Penny's, and other stores that people want to go to. They have an early supper at Perkins. You can look at the Christmas lights before leaving Great Bend. They can only take 12, so get your reservation early. And the shopping that you do and the meal that you have is at your own expense. Well, we have some events and menus. So let's look at the events first for the high school. And we're having the Quiz Bowl is this afternoon at 4 o'clock at Otis Bison. And at 6:30, there's an all Prairie League, Central Prairie League meeting about football in Hudson. And then we go to the rest of the week, and on Thursday, 4 o'clock, junior high basketball against Inman. And then 10 o'clock on Friday is the Parent Teacher Association play group in the preschool room. And so that is the events at the school. Then we have for lunch in St. John's Schools, chili today, corn dog on Thursday, and turkey and dressing, potatoes and gravy on Friday. Now over at the Sunflowers here in St. John, they're having orange chicken today, breaded shrimp with sauce and baked potato tomorrow, and on Friday, Swiss steak and au gratin potatoes. Over at the Maxville School, they're having chicken and rice casserole today, Thursday, beef and noodle soup, crackers, and dill spears, and then on Friday, Thanksgiving dinner, turkey with dressing and mashed potatoes and gravy and some other things. And then at the VIP Center, they're having sloppy joes today, roast turkey, and mashed potatoes Thursday, and beef stew on Friday. And those are all the menus, those are all the events, and we invite you to stay tuned for the County Commissioners meeting, or no, it would be for the news at 6:30, followed with our special report embedded, and then followed with the last football game of the season. The word of the day is this: going to worship doesn't make you a holy person any more than going into a garage makes you an automobile. This is Jim Lakey, hoping you have a great Wednesday.